Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I am here to talk about what do July have for us in store. There are a lot of ups and downs in July based on the planets that I see here. So before much further ado, let's get started. On July 4th, we have a long weekend in the USA. It's a celebration time for USA, but we have full moon and we have lunar eclipse, and then all the celebrations it's create a intense energy because we also have Sun in Gemini, and when we have and then on top of that we have Jupiter and Pluto in Sagittarius. It creates a very intense energy. Remember, Pluto is a planet of transformation, and Jupiter and Pluto have just returned back to Sagittarius before they were in Capricorn, as you would know from my previous videos. So while we are having celebrations, it's quite possible that it may turn violent here and there. Now, when we have full moon in Sagittarius and then we have Sun in Gemini, like I said, and we have Ketu, Jupiter and Pluto, making it even further intense. And it's because it's at very last degrees in the Sagittarius. It deals with the Sagittarius deal with the fundamentalist. You know, Sagittarius is a sign of guru, but when the other planets are in this situation with Jupiter, it can create energy whereby many people or groups may feel fanatics, and they might have their fundamentalism come in action. Even though the Sagittarius is a very spiritual sign, so they might think from spiritual or religious point of view, they are right to do what they are doing, even if it means violence. So then we have, it seems that Jupiter, Mars and Ketu, they bring many potential for terrorist attacks too. So you be very careful, especially people in USA, that big potential is there, it seems. So then we have not only that, we have Mars in Pisces. It impacts the eclipse point and it can create another potential for violence at a stronger level, and if there are many unresolved issues in society or in people's lives. Please don't apply this to every single person, because somebody may have different energies of their planets in the chart. This is at a bigger level, at a, like what US is to face, but other countries potentially may have terror activities potential because of these planetary conditions. So lunar eclipse occurs in USA in the east coast at 12:45 p.m. and in the west coast it goes at 9:45 p.m. So of course that's the time when USA on the west coast is the fireworks are going on, and I'm very alarmed and concerned that in those disguise of those fireworks there are no terror activities. So be careful and just be on the guard. If you see something wrong, possibly do something about it. Then we have a transit of Uranus. It's a planet of suddenness. Suddenly people want to do something, or something unexpected actions can happen, and it is in the midpoint of Rahu and Ketu in USA. That's another alarming factor. And so Ketu in Capricorn and Rahu in Cancer, when the eclipse occurs with those in these conditions, when Sun and Mercury, and you know Mercury is retrograde, and and so many planets are in retro. Remember I told you that Pluto, in my previous videos I may have said that Pluto, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, they all they are retrograde. We are supposed to then, when planets are so many retrograde, they want us to revisit our unresolved issues. in societies, in people, if it's in your chart, if it's at a certain point, you need to be cautious, because many planets, they really are asking us revisit the issues, resolve the frustration, resolve the anger, and so they bring many things back into our lives, like it's a very highly likely, because especially now that the Mercury is also retrograde, coronavirus is coming back in the world, and especially in USA, because so many people are out and about, and riots are due to unresolved anger, leading to shutdowns of airlines and businesses, bringing further anger, because uh, when you don't have a job, when businesses are shutting down, what do you expect? But it all happened because we stopped following the government given rules. If you go watch my previous videos, I said it very clearly. If you follow those rules, you means people in general, collectively, the societies, those societies that follow those rules, they will be have some relief. But if we didn't, those societies who didn't, and if in USA, in the West Coast, or this California, or wherever, if the rules were not followed, these planets are back now. They are saying, look, we are revisiting you. You are supposed to be resolving and find those solutions. And so, if we didn't do it, we are expecting a bigger coronavirus attacks and big rise in those. So, and another problem I see in the planets is that Sun in Mercury is actually in the nakshatra of Ardra. Now, Ardra nakshatra is a sign of tragedy. It brings tragedies. So, you got to be very, very careful. Okay. Then Mars is in Pisces. It impacts Mercury. It indicates more violence. Ouch! I didn't mean to. Please, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just going to bring you knowledge, and knowledge is power, so you can be cautious. It makes people just angry. They're angry. Now, why they're angry? They're angry because they don't have jobs, lack of money, how they're going to survive, injustices. We have seen the riots. So, the Mercury retrograde now is like, come on, let's face it. Let's do what we need to do. So, then we have, remember, Mercury is in Gemini, and it's very strong. Now, on July 12th, by this date, Mercury will go direct, and that's it. Thank God. It's some senses coming back to us. Okay. But the problem is, by then much damage may have already been done. So, but there is a relief for us to think through carefully what we are doing in society, and people in general in their charts can see if there is a problem. This planet is making us, some of us, go haywire. On the July 20th, new moon, so we have a new moon, okay, and the Saturn will be opposing this new moon, making it very difficult. So there will be a lot of stuff will be happening because of the new moon, okay. And so the Saturn is opposing oppressive planet. It's very cold planet, which, and then it's also opposing or aspect impacting new moon, and we will see the result of the eclipse. Then it is happening after about 2 weeks after the eclipse. So, it giving us lots of unresolved anger, frustration, hostility is building up. It has been, building up for decades. I would say, I mean, maybe for a long time, probably for the last few decades, if not more. Those piled up energies need to be dealt with. Otherwise, we're going to have riots. We're going to have more problems. I don't watch news, so I don't know where we are with these things, but that's what I am seeing, and there must be these unresolved angers at a larger level, at a society's level. They need to be addressed. And in your personal charts, if you have planets in those conditions, they're in those conditions, but some have worse than the other, and you are facing the frustrations, you need to address and find out why anger and hostility you have towards a company, towards a person. You need to sit down with those people or the businesses to find solution to your anger or problems. Anyways, moving forward, July 14 through 15, there is some small hope because Pluto and Jupiter impacts the Sun. Pluto is a transformation, it wants transformation, it's with Jupiter. So perhaps it's looking for Jupiterian style of transformation, sattvic, spiritual. We need to rise out of all this one. We need to accept things the way they what is happening. Not everything can be our way. We have to understand times are tough due to coronavirus and due to many other factors. It gives us some. It will give some power to the leaders, their ability to solve some of the issues, albeit for a short time. So, if you think it's bad now with corona or the riots, yet be ready for more challenging times ahead. I'm so sorry to give you this bad news. Be ready, be prepared, have faith in God. This shall pass, and I will tell you when and how. So please note that I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just sharing this knowledge, information, so that you are prepared. And what they say, knowledge is power. So I want you to be equipped with this power, so you are prepared. What are we, all of us, what are we dealing with? What is in our way? It's going to be quite a ride. So let's see. Remember one thing, that all this turmoil will bring us. There is a reason for all this to happen. It's going to show us that we have to rise above all this. Sooner or later, at this time, we are dealing with this bad energies, because then we are doing a cleansing and we are going to heal ourselves then, and it's going to bring us a massive global healing, because the way Pluto is involved in all this and Jupiter is involved in this. All these things are all these planets are giving us this shake up, so that we can learn to do better with each other and within ourselves, with our relationships. So then July 16 through 20, Saturn will be aspecting to Rahu. It will be in the 6th-8th relationship, which means not good one. It's like, oh, I can't stand you type of thing. It's impacting our economy in a serious way. For example, stock market, it will go crazy. It's going to be up, then it's going to be down. But then it's going to be stay down for quite a while. I will say that if you are into stock market, just remember that it's going to stay down for a while. And so all this will bring us again a lot of anger, and governments no longer can give us the free money to people. So then we have more frustrations to deal with. Only what you need to do is to have faith in the higher being that this all shall be over, and this is all is going to bring us to a better place. Okay. Now let's talk about some good planet. Venus impacts Neptune towards the end of the month, and of course Jupiter. Venus is mostly about relationships and money matters. Even though I said it's probably will bring some relief, but you need to learn to manage your own finances. Please don't depend on some expert or some other people or your manager to handle your finances. Sometimes, in some cases, even with your spouse, you cannot trust. I don't mean to say that you can't trust your spouse, but sometimes, in some cases, you need to be cautious. You can't blindly trust anyone, since planets indicate corruption in money matter. So, moving forward now, on July 31st, Venus goes to Gemini, and Venus is then at that point, actually the relief comes around this time, not earlier, much earlier. It's no longer going to be retrograde, which means that for about 9 months post retrograde Venus, it will be time for big changes around, of course, then around bigger change comes around January through March of 2021. So, like I said to you, there is a hope arriving. Trust me, hang in this stormy weather. We all will be fine by then. January through March 2021 is the time we will be arriving to the shores, and we will be say, I am better now. I am going to pick up my shattered pieces and I am going to move on to have a better life. It's going to then make us learn the value of all the things we had in our life, and we have it now, and we are going to have more peace, more goodness, we will be transformed by, most of us will be transformed by then for a goodness in a bigger level. Many of us will be on this path of transformation, of course, not everyone, because there will always be people, some people who you cannot change, who don't want to change, but I'm talking about large majority will be able to appreciate this better path. So you can contribute to make this time better. You can listen to yourself, and remember one thing, that we are born on this earth to learn some lessons, astrologically speaking, spiritually speaking. You want to believe me? Fine. You don't want to believe me? It's up to you. We are born to learn some lessons. Whenever we have difficult circumstances, the purpose of the higher being is to put these energies in our path, so that we can, one, appreciate what we have been having. We never realize that that's so good, we have easy life. Then we are supposed to learn to deal with the difficulties without grumbling, crying, bitching about, complaining, government is bad, they are bad, this is bad. We ought to then understand that we are here to learn lessons, all of us, at our own level. So I would say you can do some remedies. You can pray for the for global peace. Those who pray for the global peace, they will be contributing to the universe to calm these energies down. I would say we should get global prayers together and do the mantra jap of Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityu Mokshe Mamritat. If you don't know the meaning of this mantra, leave me a message in the comment section and I'll explain to you. But I think most of you know. By doing the mantra jap and praying for the global peace, not just for yourself, your family, your town, your country, your city, not this country, everybody. When we do that, our prayers, all the sounds we make, our Veda says, all the sounds we make are heard by the universe. When you want something from the universe so badly, and 1%, 2%, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, universe is listening. Trust me, it's listening. It will then help you, all you, me, all of us to survive. I hope you do your prayers. I hope you do this remedy, mantra jap, and let me know in the comment section what do you think of this suggestion and this remedy. And until next month, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.